Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Last Word Sports. I really just want to talk about what happened with the championship games. That's old news, I get it. But talk about that and the Super Bowl coming up, as well as the coaches that were hired, because I think there's some important things to talk about. So talking about the championship games that happened, a lot of talk about referee play. Referees were terrible, but they're always terrible, and it usually evens out at the end. Uh, I will say it's not like the calls that were called were bad calls and weren't penalties. They were. It was just a matter of I don't think it was even on both sides of the game. Even if Brock Purdy was healthy, we're going to talk about the Eagles 49ers game. Even if Brock Purdy was healthy, I still don't think the 49ers win. I still think the Eagles were just too prepared. I mean, they pretty much scored in the second half at will. First half, it was rough, I will admit, for them to score. And that catch by Devontae, that wasn't like refs fixing it. Okay, like watching the first time, I was like, oh, it's just a heck of a catch. And then you see the replays, and it still looks like a catch. And then like 10 minutes later, you see the one replay and still where it hits the ground. It's like, oh, okay. So I don't think that the 49ers win, even if that's ruled. Well, they might win if that one's ruled a incomplete pass, because that's huge. But the Brock Purdy injury, I don't think that mattered. Besides that, I mean, Jalen Hurts played great. The run game for the Eagles working. I said this, if you go back to one of my first videos in the beginning, I said the key to the Eagles' success was going to be the offensive line. And it is. It really is. I mean, the defensive line is fantastic. Sure. Yes. But also that can be attributed also to their secondary, because a lot of times everyone's covered up by the time defense gets there. The offensive line, though, allows them to play to win any sort of way offensively. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. And when they pass the ball, a lot of times the teams that do have a good offensive line, when they pass the ball, they get beat every now and then. Eagles don't. Jalen Hurts has enough time for the go ball, has enough time for 10 and in. And so that offensive line helps them play the way that they want to. Jason Kelce allows them to run a lot between the tackles, a lot more than other centers would. He's just so athletic. They also really do help as far as the RPO goes, which is honestly the Eagles' bread and butter. I do think that they can struggle against. I was like they would struggle against a defensive line that can handle and take over the Eagles' offensive line. But I don't know if a line like that exists, because I mean the Commanders were a good one, and they beat the Eagles. I think the 49ers had a chance, but the level of consistency by the Eagles defense against how putrid the 49ers offense was in that game, it just didn't work. So that's what happened with that game. Eagles dominated. They're probably going to win it all, honestly. As far as the Chiefs and Bengals go, it was a late hit, but it was also holding on that play. But there's holding every play, so at that point, that's just a stupid play. I don't care if there's holding or not. You cannot do that to Patrick Mahomes. But it's okay. That dude he'll learn. I know he's a young pass rusher. He'll come back. I'm sure he'll have double-digit sacks next year, and people will forget all about this. But Patrick Mahomes is special. I really don't get it. How is Travis Kelce getting open every play? This dude's not that fast. I mean, he's fast, but he's not receiver fast. He's big, but he's not like Gronk big. And he's smart, but I mean, there's a lot of smart players who don't pan out in the NFL. How the heck is he getting open? Now, I understand sometimes they make a magnificent play, like some weird, crazy catch or great throw by Mahomes. But when I see a corner playing 10 yards off of Travis Kelce and giving him a quick 5 and curl, it annoys the absolute fire out of me. Because I'm like, that is so stupid. You're playing right into the hands of the Chiefs. I'm going to be honest, Chiefs can't go deep. And I think that's why the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Spoiler alert. But the Chiefs cannot throw the ball deep. They really do miss Tyreek Hill. Now, I said at the beginning of the year I thought Patrick Mahomes would win MVP, because I said he'd have the best year of his career without Tyreek Hill. And he has. He's played extremely well, but Patrick Mahomes isn't limited. The offense is limited without Tyreek Hill. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I think I said his name right. He said he wouldn't answer questions if you don't, but he's an okay receiver. But he's not Tyreek Hill. Nobody's Tyreek Hill, but he doesn't pose that strong of a deep threat. So, yeah, that game, Joe Burrow, honestly, that throw to T. Higgins, where it got bad up pick, that kind of lost him the game. And I think Joe Burrow's got to be better than that. I know the play before he hit Jamar Chase right in the helmet. But I mean, I think he could have gone other places with the ball. He's kind of forcing it. I get it. Those are your playmakers to get it up to him. But he could have gone other places with the ball, and that's, I think, essentially what lost him the game. So that was that game. And so Super Bowl, picking the Eagles. I think that their secondary is good enough to limit Patrick Mahomes, as well as their pass rush. Pass rush is going to kill Patrick Mahomes. It's not going to be good. And you only got to worry about Kelsey. I know Pacheco's coming on, but I don't see him absolutely tearing up the Eagles. Unless Andy Reid has the game of his life, I don't think the Chiefs win this game. I said this, and it was controversial with my friends for some reason. In order for Patrick Mahomes to win this game, he would have to have a game like LeBron's 3-1 series against the Warriors. Because he would need to carry them. I'm talking like he would need to do unprecedented things. Because I don't see the Eagles showing up and just having a bad game. They haven't all year. They're too talented at every single position to show up and have a bad game. I don't see that happening. So Patrick Mahomes needs to have the game of his life. And I'm talking about like every decision on point, every throw accurate. The defense for the Chiefs would need to do just enough. Like I'm talking, Patrick Mahomes would have to win this game like 38-35 in order for the Chiefs to win this game. And against that Eagles defense, that would be insane. 38 points. So that's my thoughts on the Super Bowl. I will say this. I mean, the Eagles, even if they lose, they'll probably be back next year. I don't really know. I was thinking about this. What team in the NFC kind of really look to take them down? Maybe the Rams if they come back fully healthy and upgrade that offensive line. Besides that, I don't know if anyone can really challenge the Eagles. So they might be back. Maybe the 49ers if they figure out the quarterback. The Chiefs, though, I mean, they might be back as well. Spoiler, I think Jags making the Super Bowl next year. Let's go. But, yeah, I think it'll be a good Super Bowl, but I think it could... Honestly, I think it could get away. I think the first half might be close, but third quarter, Eagles might pull away, which is weird because they're not a good second half team this year. But I could see them pulling away. So that's my thoughts on Super Bowl. One thing I really want to talk about is the head coaches. I'm going to say that for another video.